So I think going into 2025, I took some, I really looked overall at the list as far as who they felt, were right next to, to Brian Callahan in this situation. And a lot of the coaches that they had listed above him are coaches that have not even coached yet, right? So, have a lot of guys that are just getting started this year, Kellen Moore, Brian Schottenheimer, Aaron Glenn, and those guys. So, right now going into the season, if I'm Callahan, I would look at this as a motivator, right? To your point, Will Levis, quarterback play, bad roster, felt that our roster wasn't good. On top of Will Levis, I think that hurt Brian Callahan. Did he have questionable calls and questionable coaching last year? Yes, he did. But I will say this. I do think there's other coaches in the league who have more experience that's worse than him. That's not,
Mhm. I
so
agree.
I understand, honestly, why Callahan is ranked there. I do get it. And I would say going into the season, I'd have Callahan probably bottom 5 going into the season because, again, he hasn't proven anything yet. But I will say, when I look at maybe coaches like, Raheem Morris, when I look at Brian Daboll, these are guys that have been coaching for a few years. And I feel, saying, like, I think Raheem Morris had a hell of a roster with the Falcons, and they didn't win a lot of football games. And I look at Brian Daboll. He did a lot of questionable things for the New York Giants last year, though the Giants had as bad quarterback play as we did, for sure. But I would say that I think generally going into next season, I might rank them worse than Callahan going into next year. Then I have Callahan right there. So I'm not sitting there saying, oh, he should be way better than where he's ranked at 32. I get it. I understand.